Welcome, friends. Welcome to Children's Liturgy of the Word. You know, life is really different right now, and one of the things that I know I miss the most is our time together during church when we come down for Children's Liturgy of the Word, and we get to share our prayers and our thoughts. We get to hear stories and sometimes do some projects. So I wanted to tell you about some things that you can do at home, and I'm going to be doing them at my home, and then maybe about midweek, Wednesday or Thursday, we can check in with each other and see how it's going. So one of the new things at St. Michael's is called a resource page for children and families, and that's a place that your parents can help you go and look at all sorts of good ideas. And one of the ideas we have is from some people who make beautiful artwork and provide children's bulletins for worship and just some really lovely coloring pages for kids and for grown-ups. This is from last week, and you can see I started to work on this. I didn't get it completely finished, but the whole time that I was using my colored pencils at home and working on this children's bulletin, I was praying the 23rd Psalm that was included in our worship last week. One of the parts I really liked was the word search. And I think they're going to have something like a word search or a maze or something to do every week. So this is what I started last week, and I wanted to show you. I haven't even started this week, but you can check at the website and see the children's bulletin for this week. I just folded the pages together to make it look like a booklet. You don't have to fold them, you can leave them flat. There are pages of things you can do and discuss with your family. But there's also always some artwork that you can do just on your own, which is kind of a nice thing to do, especially if you feel like you just need a little quiet to yourself, some time to think, maybe some time to talk to God. Maybe some time just to be by yourself. So all of these things are available, and if you have a printer at your house, you can make these copies. If for some reason you can't get these copies at your house, please have your families call me or Chris or anybody at the church, and we'll put a packet together and we'll mail it to you, because I don't want you to feel left out. This coming week is the 5th Sunday of Lent. That means we're getting very close to Easter. And one of the things in our worship is a psalm, which is like a song or a poem. And sometimes psalms are happy things when people are giving thanks and they're very happy, and sometimes there are times when maybe they're sad or mixed up or angry or just confused and they need to talk to God. This psalm is Psalm number 130, and it begins this way. Out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my supplications. And it goes on for a little bit longer. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the idea being that even when you're upset, when you're sad, when things aren't working out, you can always talk to God. And our story, if we were together in person, the story I would want to read to you is a story I just found out about last week. I just discovered this. And this is a project that I was excited to do at my house. And then I found this book that was perfect to help me do it even better. The book is called My Gratitude Jar. And I just made a copy of the cover of the book because I don't have the story to read to you, because the story is online on YouTube, and the author, who is also the illustrator, reads you the story. And this is a really good story about someone who was in a class, and the teacher suggested that they all create their own gratitude jars. I was thinking during this time when we have to stay home, and maybe when we have had to cancel some plans or have some disappointments about things we were looking forward to, maybe it would be helpful to try to focus on things that we can be grateful for. Little things, big things, things you notice every day. So what I did was I repurposed our joke jar. Do you remember our joke jar from Super Bowl Sunday? I just found some pretty paper in the closet, and I put some paper on it. And then I cut up some strips of paper, and I have some pens here and some pencils. So if I wanted to begin my gratitude jar, I would pick out a pen to write with, and I would say, I am grateful for Tim, who is holding up his cell phone to make this video for us. I am grateful for Tim. And then I'm going to put that in my jar. And I'm going to keep this jar and all of these little pieces of paper at my house so that whenever I remember to write something down that I'm grateful for, I can do it. It's all there for me, and then I can fill up my jar. I will be really excited to see what you decide to do. I was lucky because I was at the church and I found the joke jar that I could repurpose. But if I didn't have the joke jar, I was going to use maybe a great big empty mayonnaise jar from my house, or a mason jar, or I don't know what I would use. I think we could all get really creative. It doesn't have to be a jar. Maybe it's a gratitude basket. But the idea is a place that you can put the things you're grateful for. And I want to give you a little challenge, maybe to try to put at least one or two things in your jar every day. Even if it's a hard day, maybe just see if you can find one or two things. You might find so many things that you're just going to have a jar full. And wouldn't that be exciting? Wouldn't that be exciting? The other thing that I was really excited about when I found this story was that I also discovered that, I want to say her name correctly. Tim, you help me. Is it Kristin Wiens? Kristin Wiens, who is the author and the illustrator. She has another YouTube that goes along with this book, and she shows you how she made the book. From her ideas for the book, her first sketches, all the way through the way she put it together. So I know so many of you are really good artists and you're interested in art and all sorts of things. So I encourage you to find the YouTube of the story of My Gratitude Jar and the extra YouTube where Kristin shows you her creative process, because that was very exciting. And maybe that will inspire some of us to create our own stories. So I miss you all. I hope to have a story for you every week that we can share. Maybe it's something that we can read together and then do a little project and come back together and find a way to share it if we have a Zoom meeting or something, just like all the grown-ups are doing. But whatever happens in the next couple of weeks, if you get your bulletins all colored in or you don't, just know that we love you, we miss you. All of your friends here at St. Michael's can't wait to see you again. So I'll talk to you real soon. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.